In the twilight of the Tang Dynasty, when emperors and warlords vied for power, a living legend walked the earth. Lu Dongbin, the scholar with a sword. Lu was born of a distinguished official family, groomed for high office by birthright. But unable to clear the imperial exams, Lu started working as a simple court official. They thought he was destined for bureaucracy, but fate had other plans. In art, Lu Dongbin is always depicted as the learned scholar with a sword slung across his back, a white feather fly whisk in hand, the very image of the wandering Daoist. He would become known as one of the legendary 8 Immortals, founder of the Chuanjian Taoist lineage, and a master of inner alchemy. But first, he was just Lu Yang, scholar, poet, and a courtier. One fateful night in Chang'an, the weary Lu Dongbin met a mysterious old warrior named Zhongli Quan. They drank wine by the fire, and Zhongli quietly watched the young scholar. As Lu drifted into a stupor, the tavern grew silent. In the haze of sleep, Lu Dongbin lived another lifetime. Lu sees himself rising through the ranks of government, honored as a wise chancellor. Judges and palace eunuchs bow before him. He rules justly, winning the trust of an emperor. Yet, in the dream's time, a courtier whispers slander to the throne. Lu finds himself exiled to a barren island. Stripped of rank and title, he walks among gravestones. His family's corpses lie there. Grief freezes on his face. But even this vision of doom was stripped away. Lu woke with a start to the smell of rice wine. The Huangliang dream had ended. In an instant, Lu Dongbin saw life as it truly was. All his ambitions had been mere illusion. This terrifying dream, sometimes called the millet dream, taught him the fleeting nature of wealth and glory. He renounced his hopes of worldly power and chose the path of Tao instead. To earn true enlightenment, Zhongli subjected Lu Dongbin to 10 gruelling trials. Each was a confrontation with death, greed, lust, fear. Each a mirror to Lu Dongbin's soul. The first trial, Lu returns home to find his family dead. He stares at their corpses with calm composure, prepares their coffins without a tear, then sees them rise unharmed. But that also does not affect him, as true detachment transcends even death. Trial 2. Lu is selling goods at a market, but the buyer haggles unfairly, gives only half the payment, and then walks off. Lu stays calm and lets him go, because forgiveness outweighs entitlement. Third trial. On New Year's Eve, a filthy beggar shouts for alms. After Lu gives him coins, the beggar only curses and demands more. Lu bows his head and placates him with humility. Fourth trial. One day while shepherding sheep, Lu confronts a tiger. He stands between predator and flock, and the beast retreats, proving righteous courage can tame the wildest of hearts. The fifth trial. A radiant maiden appears at Lu's hut, trying to seduce him with her beauty, but he stares quietly into the fire, unmoved. Desire bowed to clarity. Trial 6. Returning from a walk, Lu finds his home ransacked, all his valuables gone, and his garden destroyed. Unfazed, he takes up a hoe and digs to plant herbs, and unearths buried gold coins. He quickly covers them with dirt, ignoring the fortune, as true wealth lies not in gold, but in honesty. Trial 7. Lu unknowingly buys bronze utensils, which turn out to be gold. Lu returns them without hesitation, proving that integrity follows him even in fortune. Eighth trial. A crazy Taoist offers him a potion, which could result in either death or immortality. Lu drinks it without flinching. Nothing happens, because courage means embracing both life and death. Trial 9. While crossing a swollen river amid a rage-filled storm with many other passengers, the boat rocks violently. Lu remains calm as others panic, showing to everyone that a tranquil mind masters even nature. The last trial. Deep in meditation at night, a host of ghosts and demons swarm his home. A blooded spirit accuses Lu of murder and demands vengeance. Lu picks up a knife and raises it to his own throat, ready to die for a crime he did not commit. At the brink of death, Zhongli Quan appeared, revealing it had all been a test, which he passed with humility and courage. Pleased, Zhongli Quan declared Lu Dongbin ready to be his disciple. He offered to teach Lu the secrets of Daoist alchemy. But Lu, wary of misuse, even refused the golden elixir of immortality that Zhongli offered. For his selflessness, the old immortal entrusted Lu with a heavenly sword, a weapon said to have come from a dragon's lair. This blade could cleave mountains and even render its wielder invisible in the heavens. In that moment, from scholar to immortal, Lu Dongbin died to all illusions and was reborn as the scholar with a sword. Once armed, Lu Dongbin began his journey across the mortal world. For 4 centuries, he wandered the realm, appearing in villages and mountain passes as a humble poet or a traveling salesman. Yet, with his sword and fly whisk, he routed demons and ghosts wherever they hid. His legend grew with each duel. Bandit chieftains fell to his blade. Plague spirits were vanquished with a wave of his hand, and even dragons feared his wrath. In one famous battle, the so-called Dragon War, the 8 immortals united against a monstrous river dragon, awoke, which demanded human sacrifices. Lu Dongbin leapt into the fight. Sword in hand, he cut through the dragon's cobalt scales, striking the creature blind. Under the immortals' combined might, the dragon was subdued, and the village saved. The immortal scholar had a light heart. He loved fine wine, music, and laughter. Once, in Luoyang, he even fell under the spell of a famed courtesan named White Peony. For days, Lu was simply Lu Yang, the mortal, sharing feasts and poetry with the enchanting beauty. Yet, when the celestial bell tolled, reminding him of heaven, Lu departed on silver clouds, leaving behind only a silken handkerchief. He promised White Peony he would return. But as the immortal realized, mortal attachments were a snare. Stories say he ultimately left White Peony's side with a bittersweet smile, bound once more to a higher destiny. In time, Lu Dongbin became a patriarch of the Chuanjian school of Taoism. He mastered inner alchemy, transforming the spirit within, and was said to have authored countless poems and scripts, some preserved even now in the Daoist canon. Despite his power, he remained a trickster at heart. Wherever ordinary folk saw Lu, he tested their character. In one tale, he posed as a grocer to find an honest customer. Only a humble old woman paid fairly. And for that, he blessed her with a well, so that pure wine flowed for rest of her days. Wherever evil hid, plagues, bandits, demons, Lu's sword and wisdom would follow. Artists long after would depict him with his sword, smiling slyly, ready to scatter ghosts, with a single stroke. Through the centuries, Lu Dongbin's name became eternal. Temples and talismans honor him as the patron of scholars and swordsmen. Students pray to Lu Dongbin before exams, even though he himself once disdained them. Sages say you can still glimpse his spirit on misty mountaintops at dawn, or hear faint laughter on the breeze. A reminder that wisdom and whimsy go hand in hand. In myth and history alike, he stands as a bridge between heaven and earth, a scholar who embraced immortality, yet never forgot the songs of mortals. Lu Dongbin's journey, from a Tang Dynasty scholar to an everlasting immortal, remains a tale of transformation. He faced death without fear, temptation without desire, and power with compassion. In the immortal's life, the people found a lasting light. Though centuries have passed, the scholar with a sword still walks among us, in story and spirit, urging all to seek the truth, beyond the dream. And if his story moved you, there are many more, hidden in time, waiting to be told. Join me again on History with Helena. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications, and let the past reveal its wonders.